Hello! Hello, word nerds! Welcome to the dictionary, hosted by me, Spencer Parks. I'm directed by David Lynch. This is episode F166. Let's get into the words. The first word is, it's footer again, but this time it's a suffix. Dash, F-O-O-T-E-R. Noun, from no year. This is one that is a specified number of feet in height, length, or breadth, as in a 6-footer. Are we talking about a sandwich? That's all I need to know. A 6-footer sandwich, it's a 6-footer. Oh, or maybe it's a fish. Maybe you caught a 6-footer fish. Or you're a person and you're a 6-footer. I'm not quite a 6-footer. Oh, I wish I was a 6-footer. Oh, I wish I was a 6-footer, then I could be 6 feet. All right, let's make a sound effect. It's going to be pooch, 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 pooch. I hope I got that close enough. The next word is footfall. It's like you take your foot and you drop it off of a building and it's a footfall. Is it like a waterfall with feet? Ooh, I would like to see a picture or an animation of that. If you could please make that, thank you. Feet falling off of a cliff that looks like water. A footfall is a noun from 1610. It is the sound of a footstep. Let's make some footfall sounds. Hold on, let's move this microphone down here so we can catch it. I hope you can hear that. Let's put the microphone back. Those are footfalls. Next is foot fault. 2 words. This is like the fault, like one of them earthquake faults. Foot fault, or you have a fault. Your fault is that. Oh, I'm trying to think of something that is not disrespectful to say at all. Your fault. Oh, the fault of your foot is that you're too much of a perfectionist. Noun from 1886. The foot fault is an infraction of the service rules that results from illegal placement of the server's feet. What's an example of where this is happening? Some of you already know. It's possibly in the games of tennis, racquetball, or volleyball, because those have a server, the one who is serving. But sometimes they make a little mistake with their feet. They do a fault. They make a fault with their feet. An infraction of the rules in one of those games that results from illegal placement of the serve. Your feet were illegally placed. You placed them like this, but they're supposed to be like that. Okay, that was foot fault. Foot fault, all one word, is an intransitive verb. And we're going on to pooch, pooch, pooch. Next is foot gear, 1 word. Get your foot into gear. Noun from 1837. The synonym is footwear, which will be, I think, in the next episode. Yes, it will. So it's just the stuff that you wear on your feet. I got some footwear right now. It's my little humble brag. Pooch, pooch, pooch. Foothill is next. Noun from 1850. Number 1. Now, it's funny because hills have feet. Because the part where the hill starts from the ground, that is the foot. But a foothill is, number 1, a hill at the foot of higher hills. Okay. Number 2, this is plural. It is a hilly region at the base of a mountain range. So it's similar situation, both 1 and 2. These are hills that are at the foot of something else. But the foothills is a whole bunch of hills that are at the feet of the mountain. So what happens with the mountain range? Maybe because the mountains are created by the plates pushing and moving all together, and then the ground, it gets pushed up like that, up at an angle. But then, because there's all this activity, there's probably other parts that just get all bumpy and wumpy. And so those are the hills at the foot of the mountain, and they are the foothills. Next is foothold. 1 word, noun from circa 1609. Hold on to your foots. Number 1, a hold for the feet. the synonym is footing. So is this something that you can, like a, I don't know, some sort of shape thing that you can get your foot in to hold you in there? Maybe when you're trying to do the sit-ups, you need to put your foot in the foothold to keep you down, because I can't do a full setup great by myself. I need a little help. Number 2 is a position usable as a base for further advance. You need a foothold. You need a thing to get your foot on, maybe your foot in the door, so then you can keep on advancing. The other example, I think, for foothold, a hold for the feet, is in rock climbing. You got to put your foot on a thing. You need a foothold. I wish we had feet like the chimps and other primates like that, because then we can actually grab onto things. Wouldn't that be cool? Next is footing. Noun from the 14th century. This has a number of definitions. Number 1, a stable position or placing of the feet. That is your footing. That is why a hold for the feet, for foothold, the synonym was footing. I got my footing. Okay, I'm stable on my feet. Whoa! Number 2 is a surface or its condition with respect to one walking or running on it. But especially the condition of a racetrack. Yeah, where maybe it's the running racetrack. The footing. What is the footing of this racetrack? Well, it's very crumbly because we put gravel on it. What about this one? Well, that one is made out of sand, so that is kind of a weird footing. Not great. Good exercise, but not great for a race, although that would be fun. Number 3, the act of moving on foot. The synonyms are step and tread. The act of moving on foot. So whenever you are walking or running, you can say that I'm doing footing. Number 4A, a place or position providing a base of operations, and the synonym is foothold. Your base of your operations is your foothold. It's the place where you rest your feet, and then you can move on to further advancement once you have relaxed your feet. 4B, established position. The synonym is status, especially position or rank in relation to others, as in the example, they all started off on an equal footing. The same position, the same status. This reminds me of a tale that I shall tell you. Now, there was a video going around quite a few years ago where it was some sort of camp for teenagers. I don't know. There was a specific point to the camp, but there was this one exercise that they did where they had everybody, start on equal footing. They were all standing in a line like, we're going to do a race. But they started asking the people questions, and they said, take a step forward if you didn't have to pay for college or won't have to pay for college, or take a step forward if blah, 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 if all these things in your life happened or whatever, or didn't happen, take a step forward. And so, of course, you've got a mix of people, a range of races is really the big thing of it, and the vast majority of the white people got a whole bunch of steps forward, and there was a handful of black people left in the back who didn't take any steps forward, or maybe took one if they were lucky. And so that is a situation. That was a very clear metaphor of the state of, I don't know if race relations is the right term, but this is how our country is dealing with this. This is a visual, a perfect visual that I hope these kids, when they turned around to see the people left behind them, those people were not afforded the luxuries of life that they were. And it's been a generational and multi-hundred-year thing. And so, people do not have equal footing in this country, and I think we all know that. Number 5, for footing, the synonym is basis. Number 6, terms of social intercourse. Terms of social intercourse is footing. What are the terms of the social intercourse? I don't know. Number 7, an enlargement at the lower end of a foundation wall, pier, or column to distribute the load. That's the footing. The footing of the bridge. Bridge? Sure, they have posts and things that's probably very wide at the base to keep it up. You don't want a small base and then a top-heavy thing. It's going to fall over. Number 8, the sum of a column of figures. The sum of a column of figures. You got a whole bunch of numbers in a row. You total them up. At the very bottom, it's the footing, because it's at the bottom. You total them up, I guess. Next, we have foot lambert. One word, noun from 1925. A unit of luminance equal to the luminance of a perfectly diffusing surface that emits or reflects 1 lumen per square foot. And I don't know, maybe I should put a link in the show notes for foot lambert. Just like the previous episode had foot candle, let's learn more about foot lamberts. Lambert, the sheepish lion. That does not say where Lambert comes from, so I don't know. Next is footle. 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 This is a verb from 1892. We are doing the intransitive, and it's only intransitive. Number 1, to talk or act foolishly. I am footling the livelong day when I record my podcast. It's so much fun to footle about. Number 2, to waste time. The synonyms are trifle and fool. Fooling time? Trifling time? I am not familiar with this word, but I do love the fact that it means to talk or act foolishly, and so I think that I shall use this. I shall now be a footler. Is that a word? It is! Footle is a noun, and footler. Footler, that is a noun. The one who is acting foolishly is the footler. I'm the footler. I am here to act foolishly in front of your faces and really irritate you. This is probably an alternative of footer, which means to waste time, which, yeah, I do kind of remember that in... Well, wait, was it in the previous episode? Footer? Pedestrian information page number... No, it's not. Where... Footer. Maybe we don't have that definition here anymore. Okay. Guess not. And boy, it is warm in here. I am getting sweaty. Let's dab the brow, the forehead with the big 5 head that Spencer has with some paper towels that he happens to have nearby. The door's closed. Okay, it's a little bit warmer outside than normal. Now, so that was footle. I quite like that word. Now we're going to go on to footless. Adjective from the 14th century. Number 1A, having no feet. Having no feet. I have no feet. I am footless. The mountain has no foothills. Number 1B, lacking foundation. And the synonym is unsubstantial. That base is not so much of a base, so it's footless. Number 2, the synonyms are stupid and inept. How did we take it into this direction? Was there something... Well, we had trifling and fool for footle, and I wonder, there must have been something else in the previous episode where we saw something about fools and fool. I don't remember exactly. Maybe there was something in foot, but yeah. So you are stupid or inept when you're footless. If you had feet, would you not be stupid? Is that why you are stupid and inept? Metaphorically, you have no feet. You have no base of something, so I'm not sure. Footlessly is an adverb, and footlessness is a noun. And there are some people who are footless. Maybe they had feet, and maybe they lost their feet. people who have advanced why am I blanking on what it's called? It's the thing with the sugars and the guy says it, the diabetes. Not he. When people with advanced diabetes don't really take care of it, then the feet, they might have to lose their feet. Their feet have to go. I don't know the science of that, but it happens. And so, I think diabetes is largely manageable, and you don't have to lose your feet. You can change your diet. You can take the medicine. You don't want to be footless. Next is footlights. Noun from circa 1839. Number 1, a row of lights set across the front of a stage floor. The lights at your feet are the footlights. The light at your feet are the footlights. Don't kick the lights down, because then people won't see you. Number 2, the stage as a profession. As in the example, the lure of the footlights. Oh yes, everybody wants to go be in the footlights. They want everybody to see them on stage, and then they get up on stage and they're like, oh, this is scary. Boot, boot, boot. Footling, that's next. Footling or footling, 2 or 3 syllables. This is an adjective from circa 1897. Number 1, lacking judgment or ability. The synonym is inept, and if we go back to footle, we saw trifle and fool, so that seems related to inept. Footling, inept. The example is footling amateurs who understand nothing. That is a quote from E.R. Bentley, Emergency Room Bentley. Footling amateurs who understand nothing. Well, how else are they going to learn? They got to do stuff. They don't know things, then they learn. Lacking judgment or ability, a footling. Now, this is an adjective, so they are being described as footling, but I wouldn't be surprised if people use this as the noun too. Number 2 is lacking use or value. The synonym is trivial, as in footling matters. These matters don't matter, so they're footling matters. We just push them down to our feet. We'll let the feet deal with them. We don't need to deal with them with our big human brains. Next is footlocker, noun from 1942. It is a small trunk designed to be placed at the foot of a bed. And where in a bed? Maybe the barracks, maybe the military people are putting this box of stuff at the foot of their bed. So it's a locker for your stuff. You lock it up, and you put it at the foot of the bed. So it has nothing to do with your feet or maybe the shoes and the socks that you put on your feet. I thought maybe that's how it was related. You put those in your locker. No. It's the foot of the bed. That's where the foot comes from. And so when they made the shoe store Foot Locker, it's all about the feet. And they were like, well, that kind of works with feet, even though technically Foot Lockers weren't necessarily used for the things on your feet. Probably, but that's not where the word came from. Foot Locker. Do they have a theme song? Maybe it should be boot, 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 boot. Gonna, footloose. Footloose is the next word, adjective from 1873. Having no ties, and also free to move about. Well, this is a perfect name for the movie Footloose, because that was all about how Kevin Bacon was he was footloose. He was free to move about. He just loved to dance. But he got into a town where they said, we do not love to dance. We shall not allow dancing. And this guy comes into town being all footloose and fancy free, and we don't like it. So we shall say, no dancing. You are not free to move about in any way, shape, or form. This song is, I know it's probably kind of cheesy, but damn nugget, you can't not dance to this song. I love to dance to this song. And I just do the same thing. I just be kicking my feet. Next is footman, noun from the 14th century. Number 1A is archaic, and it is a traveler on foot. The synonym is pedestrian. So if you're just walking, you are a footman. But what if you don't identify as a man? Then you're a foot person. No, we don't need to do a sound effect now. We got to go to 1B. The synonym is infantryman or infantryman because they're probably walking on their feet. Hopefully they're not footless. Number 2A. A servant in livery formerly attending a rider or required to run in front of his master's carriage. Isn't the carriage probably being pulled by horses? So now you're going to make somebody, a person, a human, maybe a child, run in front of the carriage? I hope it's going slow. But yeah, you know, they're the attendant. I think in the previous episode we had something, or one of the ones, it was about the foot boy. There was that one, that they were a serving boy. Page, yeah, so this is probably very similar because it's the footman. The boy grew up to be a man, and they're still in service to this person. 2B is a servant who serves at a table, tends to the door, and runs errands. They're the person, the human who is in service. They do so many things. All right, I hope I don't ever get a footman job. Footmark is next. Noun from 1799. The synonym is footprint. So it's the mark that your foot makes, maybe when you do a footfall sound, and it's easier to see in like dirt and sand. Next is footnote. First form, noun from 1607. Number 1, a note of reference, explanation, or comment, usually placed below the text on a printed page. And I remember talking about footnote not that long ago. I don't remember what that context was, but yes, if you need some more information, there's going to be a little mark on the text, and then you follow that down all the way at the bottom. It says, here's the text that you need to learn. There's some additional information. 2A. One that is a relatively subordinate or minor part. Where are they in maybe an event, work, or field? Oh, they weren't so important. We have an example, actually. A movement now regarded as a footnote to architectural history. I think I and my podcast will just be a footnote in the history of podcasts. It's like, oh, you just get a little mention. Oh, and by the way, there was this guy who read the dictionary in the best way possible, and everybody loved it. 2B. The synonym is the 3A definition for the word commentary, which I don't remember what that said, but you can go back and check if you want. I guess being a footnote is better than nothing. Better than being footless. Now we have the second form of footnote. Transitive verb from 1864. This is to furnish with a footnote, and the synonym is annotate. So you are footnoting your page when you're putting in a footnote to say your additional information. This book doesn't have footnotes, which is very sad. Foot pace, one word. Noun from 1538. Number 1, a walking pace. What is the pace of your feet as you are walking? Well, I was literally just thinking about this yesterday, and I think my pace, my natural, quick walking pace, because I'm one of them fast walkers, and I think my natural pace is pretty close to the song Staying Alive. It's which is I think about 120 beats per minute, and I was like, oh, I think this is pretty close. Maybe a little faster. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Number 2, 4-foot pace. The synonyms are platform and dais, D-A-I-S. Well, this is interesting. The foot pace. I think of pace as a speed, like your walking pace, like number 1. But what is your platform? The thing that you're standing on, your soapbox, is your foot pace? I don't know why we're using the word pace there. Okay, let's go to the last word. It's the first form of footpad, one word. Noun from 1678. It is a criminal who robs pedestrians. You better watch out for them footpads. Why are we calling this footpad? This is from foot plus pad, if you couldn't tell. And the pad is the highwayman. Probably from the third form of the word pad. So I guess we'll have to wait until we get to that word to understand why is a pad a highwayman. And I assume a highwayman, I mean that one will be in the H's, is somebody who's robbing people on the highway, maybe by horse. It is from the 1600s. There were no cars then. No, there were not. So yeah, footpad. I don't think we're using this so much anymore. All right, I need to pick a word of the episode. We had footer, footfall, foot fault, foot gear, foothill, foothold, footing, foot lambert, footle, footless, footlights, footling, footlocker, footloose, footman, footmark, footnote, footpace, footpad. Ugh, that was all the words. I believe that I shall just pick footle as the word of the episode because it's all about talking or acting foolishly. Here I am, I'm footling, talking foolishly. That's it for that. And now I will tell you about another movie I watched because that is what I like to do. I'll be quick about it, don't you worry. Let's see, where did we leave off? We talked about From the Head, talked about Red Rock West. Ooh, Fire Walk with Me. Fire Walk with Me. This is a movie that is a prequel to the Twin Peaks series. And if you haven't seen the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks, you should not watch this movie. That is what I think. But we brought my 15-year-old niece to see this because she has seen the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks. And we wanted her to see this. And it's kind of an intense movie, but she is very mature and watched it in stride. And it's just a good movie, especially for Twin Peaks fans and Lynch fans. That's it. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye!